Remember those Friday nights, picking out the perfect movie for the weekend? What often followed was the anxious dash to return it, trying to beat the clock. The question on everyone's mind was always, how did Blockbuster actually charge those notorious late fees? Well, it was a surprisingly straightforward, yet highly effective, system designed to encourage timely returns and generate revenue from those who missed the deadline. Blockbuster's late fee system was built around a simple principle. If a movie or game was not returned by its due date and time, a daily penalty would accrue. This penalty was typically a set amount, often a few dollars per day, for each item not returned. The core mechanism was their rental agreement, which customers signed, outlining the return policies and the charges for overdue items. Each rental receipt clearly stated the due date and time, making customers fully aware of their obligations. The way Blockbuster managed this was through their point-of-sale system, which tracked every rental. When you checked out, the system would log the item, your member account, and the calculated due date. If an item was not checked back into the system by that specific time, it would automatically flag your account as having an overdue rental. Upon returning the item, the system would calculate the total late fees based on how many days past the due date it had been, and this amount would then be added to your outstanding balance, payable immediately. To avoid those dreaded fees, the best strategy was simply to return your rentals on time. Many customers would make it a habit to drop off movies on their way to work or school on the due date. Another common tactic was to return everything right after watching it, rather than waiting until the last minute. Some locations even had after-hours drop boxes, which would be processed the next morning, giving you a slight grace period if you were just a few hours late. An interesting tidbit is that Blockbuster initially allowed a 24-hour grace period for returns. However, this policy was eventually phased out because it led to confusion and did not significantly reduce late returns. The company also experimented with various fee structures, but the daily charge proved to be the most consistent and understandable for customers. It created a clear incentive. The longer you kept it, the more you paid, making that yellow return slot loom large in everyone's weekend plans. This system was so central to their business model that late fees reportedly accounted for a significant portion of their overall profits for many years. Understanding Blockbuster's late fee system helps us appreciate the convenience of today's streaming services, where you never have to worry about an overdue charge. It also highlights how a clear, consistent policy, even if sometimes frustrating, can effectively manage inventory and influence consumer behavior. So next time you settle in for a movie night, take a moment to remember the good old days and the small thrill of returning that VHS tape just in the nick of time, successfully avoiding that all too familiar late fee.